Hi, today we're going to be talking about Nike's performance in China. So to begin, we're going to give an overview of the marketing environment in the country. It's a very populous country with over 1.3 billion people. The age structure is pretty evenly dispersed with a lot of younger people, with the biggest percentage of people being between the ages of 25 to 54 years old. It's a very educated country with a 95% literacy rate. They've had immense economic expansion, and then so they have a very high GDP, but over the last few years it's actually been slowing down to about 6% per year now. It's very urbanized with multiple megacities in which the population is rising over 10 million people. In the political legal environment, there are high import tariffs and consumption taxes, so this will cause many products to be marked up a lot higher than they would be in their home countries. The U.S. does have most favored nation trading with China, and so there is a lot of trading being done between the two countries. One thing that has negatively impacted Nike in China has been the trademark law there, which rewards first applicants and not first users to a trademark. So there's actually been a Chinese company that trademarked the Chinese translation of Jordan's name of the Nike Air Jordan shoe and has been producing very similar shoes and kind of going off of their brand name and their success there. Also, nationalism and ethnocentrism has been something to deal with, and the Buy China order, which promotes local consumption rather than foreign companies.
China's culture factors are high context, collectivism, high power distance, masculine, in addition to low uncertainty avoidance and long-term orientation. Also, over 60% of all brands use celebrity endorsements to advertise their products, and China is the second biggest consumer of luxury goods. China recorded the highest footwear growth of any Nike market in the company's last fiscal year, ending up ending up in addition to 26%, grossing $2 billion. Last quarter, Nike sales rose 30%, and the company calls this Greater China, including Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. China's passionate about basketball, and estimates um, include 30 million individuals while playing basketball by 2025, which gives a major opportunity to Nike to start focusing on this performance. Nike has used celebrity endorsers such as Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant, who have appeared at promotional events in China. Chinese spokesmen also have added that Nike wants to try to keep the balance between retro and performance. Large percentage of sales are lifestyle and marketed as a premium, but in order to have long-term success, Nike aims to focus on performance because lifestyle brands tend to flame out.
A few of the strengths and successes seen by the Nike brand can again be seen in the current fiscal year, where they recorded the highest footwear growth of any Nike market, mainly in part due to the growing Chinese middle class and the advances of trying to break the lifestyle stereotype in China. Sales have also increased due to the targeting of the younger generation through social media. But Nike's biggest success has come from the integration and utilization of prominent NBA players, as seen in the previous slides, and by using China's love of basketball to their advantage. For example, Nike has asked Michael Jordan to travel to Shanghai to celebrate the 30th anniversary of his franchise, which are Jordans, which are some of the fastest selling shoes in China. Performance-wise, Nike has seen immense growth and has plans to increase partnerships with government and develop school athletic programs and expand running clubs at universities.
Nike's had a difficult time capturing the Chinese market for many reasons. A few years ago, Nike had trouble selling their merchandise at a discounted price. Nike's running and training categories also haven't been very popular in China because health clubs are seen as activities for wealthy people. Chinese parents are also focused on academic achievements rather than sport achievements, which means traditional sports stars aren't as popular in advertisements in China, and they aren't very appealing to the Chinese youth. Also, popular sports in America, like football and baseball, aren't marketable to urban areas in China because they aren't very popular. As a result, Nike's had to reposition their strategy. Also, with the popularity of the Jordan brand in China, Nike is trying to make sure their products don't become another fad in the country.
Nike uses localization marketing, and one way that they do this is by using Sina Weibo, which is a Chinese social media platform. It's the 5th largest social media site in the world, and 21% of all internet users use it. Nike currently has 9 accounts on Weibo, and their strategy uses associate account interactive marketing to promote its brand on a massive scale. The agency they use is Whedon Kennedy, and they pretty much handle all of Nike advertisement worldwide. Nike uses television, print, and online advertisements through Chinese social media for their ads. One of Nike's greatest ad campaigns was shared online through Chinese social media, and it was their greatness ads for the 2012 Olympics. The goal of these ads was to change the traditional Chinese ideal of greatness, which is that you are only great if you win, to the idea that all athletes are great no matter what place they got. These ads were the most talked about and shared campaign in Chinese history, and really changed the way that Chinese people supported their athletes. Nike also got a lot of self-promotion during the Olympics because they created the uniforms that were worn by Chinese athletes competing in archery, basketball, beach volleyball, tennis, track and field, weightlifting, and wrestling. In China, sports participation is on the rise and middle class is rapidly growing. They currently have 109 million adults versus the US, which has 92 million. Nike has plans to increase partnerships with government to develop school athletic programs and expand running clubs at universities beyond the running clubs it has already helped open at 11 universities in 6 cities. And to attract women, Nike holds special training classes targeting female consumers in gyms in 7 cities. So far, Nike has only reached about 20% of the market, so they will use grassroots efforts to reach the rest. They are consumer-focused and have started the opening of niche stores. For example, snowboarding and skateboarding store in Shanghai. Companies have too often used general marketing to reach China rather than digging into the details of what will appeal to the market. But Nike focuses their strategy on the right consumers, categories, consumer-led concepts, and cities. Nike has positioned themselves as a performance brand because it lowers the odds of a fashion fad downfall. The Chinese love basketball as it was the only sport not banned during the Cultural Revolution. Nike has monopolized on this with the Jordans brand in China. Nike doesn't want it to be seen as a celebrity fashion label. They released a Jordan-centered commercial on TV and Chinese social media. It shows Jordan talking about how they're designed first and foremost for playing basketball, and he went to China in order to reinforce this brand as a performance brand.
An example of a Chinese advertisement is the commercial Nike did 2 years ago called Give Me the Ball. It features Kobe Bryant and a young Chinese boy who wants to play basketball. The commercial is trying to target Chinese youth to play basketball and accomplish their dreams.
So as you can see, Nike has had a lot of success, even though there are some obstacles in competing in the Chinese market, but they have found a lot of opportunity in China, and this will conclude our presentation.